Advance Auto Parts Street Stocks on the back straightaway, getting set for a 20-lap feature race to round out the street stock season here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. And here's your starting lineup. Boy, and it's a good one. Here we go. Making their way around on the point in the 3D, the always potent 3D. That is Darrell Rhodes. Rhodes in the 3D. On the outside in the 179, it's Donald Kane Jr. as we show him two at the line. Inside of row number 2, your 2023 champion here at CBS. You just saw him taking home the hardware. It's Brandon Spreen on the outside in the 4T. It's Mike Trigg. Inside of row 3, Chase Ellison in car 39. Brent Mayfield on the outside in 251. Inside of row 4, Garrett Franks, car 152 on the outside. Daniel Gaudet in the 5. Row 5 inside, the 826, Dale Caswell on the outside. Travis Talley in car 44T. Row 6 going to the inside, Lincoln Morris in car 73. Danny Sikora on the outside in car 1. Showing him one this time by. Showing him one. Jimmy Breeding in car 21 on the outside. Ivy Carrasco following row inside. The Hood Rat, Brandon Hood in car number 18. Wade White on the outside out of Waco. Robert Walton on the inside of row number 9. Drake Pruitt on the outside. Dave Dashnaw on the inside in car number 7 of row 10. On the outside, Josh Whitehead in car number 892. That is row 10. 20 cars, 20 laps. Here come your street stocks. Ready to get rolling here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. Now this right here, friends, just getting hot and heavy. Here they come around, making their way to the pink tire. Darrell Rhodes, Donald Kane Jr., green flag. We are off and rolling with the street stocks as they make their way down into turn number 1. They stay side by side down into the corner. Watch Spreen down on the bottom. Mike Trigg on the outside in the 4T, but it's going to be Darrell Rhodes with the whole shot. Here comes the 179 of Donald Kane, Spreen, Trigg, and now working up to the top side. It's Mayfield in the yellow number 251. 3 wide out of corner number 4. Here they come down the front straightaway. Got up on the top side. He'll make his way down into the corner. They race down as we go double box. You saw the speed shot. You saw the wide shot. This is Mike Trigg in car number 4T. He rides in the 4th spot right up in front of him. You got Spreen in the 88. He's 3rd. You got Donald Kane, and the 21 is your, or the 3D is your race leader with Darrell Rhodes. Here we go down into the corner. Boy, Brandon Spreen knocking on the back door right there of the 2nd place car of Donald Kane Jr. Here's a battle right behind them. Trigg going down to the inside. Trigg trying to get down to the inside. Mayfield in the 251. You got a 3-wide battle happening a little bit further, but here is the hot spot on the racetrack right now. This is your battle for the 4th spot with Mayfield right there and Trigg all over his backside. But take a look up right in front of them. The 179 of Donald Kane holding on to the 2nd spot, but not by much because you got Brandon Spreen working up on the top side. Spreen is right there up on the top. Let's see if he can make a dig right there. He does indeed, and he will go to the 2nd spot. So now Brandon Spreen sets his sights as they make their way around a very slow 8 car. Here's Spreen to the inside. Then he just flies by the 3D of Darrell Rhodes. Maybe a little bit of contact going by. You got some sparks right there. Here's Spreen going up to the top side. Darrell Rhodes coming right back at him. Side by side going down the front straightaway. Spreen up on the top side. Darrell Rhodes down on the bottom. You got 2 different lines. You got a bottom feeding Darrell Rhodes. You got a rim riding Brandon Spreen up on the top side. But what is the same is the link in between them. Side by side, they are wheel to wheel. Well, not right now, but here they come around. You got the back of the pack. Here's Spreen going up to the top side. A little bit of a love tap right there to the 7 car, letting them know, man, get out of my way. I've got a hornet's nest behind me. I've got to get by. Here's Darrell Rhodes. He'll float by as well. Donald Kane hanging on in the 3rd spot in the 179. Now Spreen able to get away just a little bit right here as they run. Spreen has got a lot of stuff sitting right in front of him as he makes his way. Cars making their way down to the inside, but right there you got 2 of them all together. Almost the 83 truck pushes up the racetrack. Spreen doing a good job slipping by as he gets now to the inside of some of those lappers right there. Here's the 3D. You got one up against the wall over in turn number 3 between turns 3 and 4. One coming to a stop up there on the top side. So the caution flag will come out. Caution flag on the racetrack. It looks like the 152 of Garrett Franks. Garrett Franks in the 152 between turns 1 and 2. And you've got all kind of a mess happening back there on the back straightaway. 56 car coming up and giving a bump to the leader right there. got the 56 car, Drake Pruitt, coming up, making some contact there with your race leader, Brandon Spreen. So Pruitt being ordered to either hit the pits or make his way down to the infield there after that post-yellow flag contact. And there is the 152 of Garrett Franks. He is off and rolling as we roll along with 7 laps complete. So approaching the halfway point here in your Advance Auto Parts Street Stock feature. Showing them two right here as the field makes their way by, led by Brandon Spreen in the 88. Consultation flag coming out for the 56 of Pruitt, meaning the black flag, meaning you are not to be on the racetrack. All right, Texas two-step restart coming up. Showing them one right there as we go back up to the flag cam on Race on Texas. Brandon Spreen is your race leader out on the point. Darrell Rhodes on the inside in the 3D. Up on the top side, Donald Kane in the 179. That is 1, 2, 3 as they run. And off we go. Setting the pace right there. Spreen not wasting any time. Hammers the gas, and here they come around. Look at the one car down to the inside. A little bit of contact there with Darrell Rhodes, but able to hang on. That's Brandon Hood in the 1B. Watch that 1B car as he makes his way down to the inside. Now you got a little bit of a 3-car breakaway happening right up at the front of the pack. Brandon Hood to the inside as Darrell Rhodes able to take that lead back. And here's Hood coming back down to the middle. Hood trying to find room down on the bottom. Take a look at this out of turn 4. Rhodes hanging on. Here comes Spreen going back up to the top side. Brandon Hood, followed by the 179 of Donald Kane Jr. Now we go off to the back straightaway. You're watching Darrell Rhodes. He separated that lead out. He leads by about 2.5 car lengths. He's running down at the bottom of the speedway. The 88 is Spreen up on the top side. Brandon Hood working down at the bottom. Mayfield with a nice slide job up to the top. And now he'll go down to the bottom of Donald Kane Jr. Let's see if he can make it stick. Donald Kane way up on the cushion right there as he takes it way up high. He does that, and Mayfield's going to slide right on by in the 251. So that was a tremendous move right there by the driver of the 251. So let's take a look as they hit the line that time by 10 laps to go. Darrell Rhodes is your race leader, followed by Brandon Spreen, Brandon Hood, Brent Mayfield. That is your top 5 as they run, but now a shakeup for the second spot as Brandon Hood in the 1B able to make the pass. He gets around Brandon Spreen way up to the top. Goes Brandon Hood, and he'll get it back in line and now set his sights on Darrell Rhodes. This is going to be fun to watch right here because we're watching Hood go high. Now he's going low. Darrell Rhodes slips up a little bit. Around goes Mayfield in the 251, and the caution flag. Caution flag. Watching that right there, the move by Brandon Hood as he went up to the top side. Made a huge pass right there. And it looked like he had a lot of momentum going right there as they went into turn 1 and 2 that time. Right before the caution, you had the Darrell Rhodes car. Looked like he stumbled a little bit going down into the corner. Car just didn't bite the way he wanted it to. Hood was about to make a run, but you had a car go around, and that drew the caution flag. Cars coming at you right here on the front straightaway and on our field cam on Race on Texas. Texas two-step restart coming up. Halfway home here, friends. 10 down, 10 to go. Live from Cotton Bowl Speedway, it is Darrell Rhodes up on the point in your Advance Auto Parts Street Stocks here tonight. Brandon Hood on the inside of row number 2. On the top side, it is your brand new champion, Brandon Spreen up on the top side. Mr. Rhodes on the gas, and here we go. Top 4 cars breaking away. Donald Kane right there. Separation right there. The 4T of Mike Trigg. All kinds of trouble. 3 wide going into turn number 1. Here we go. They're going to slide. You got Hood in the middle. To the back straightaway we go. Off the pace, Darrell Rhodes, something amiss on the 3D as he has fallen back down at the bottom of the racetrack. We've seen him have trouble there in 1 and 2 a couple of different times. Here they come around. Brandon Hood brings the field around. The 88 of Brandon Spreen now riding in the second spot. Here comes Darrell Rhodes back at him. Battle for the second spot. Rhodes comes down to the bottom. Spreen up on the top side. Now Spreen closing the gap. Mike Trigg goes around along with the 44 here at turn number 4. And Mike Trigg sitting down at the bottom. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead right here, making their way out of corner number 4, continues to be the 1B of Brandon Hood. Here's Hood hanging on. We head to the back straightaway. Now floating up to the top right there is Spreen, losing a whole lot of ground right there. It's 10.5 car lengths going down into turn number 3 with Brandon Hood bringing the field around. Here's the battle. Darrell Rhodes locks it up a little bit, and there may be something. He may be having a fueling issue. He maybe have something going on with an ignition or something, because you're watching him. He's good for about 2 laps, and then he just kind of bottlenecks the field up right there. So something not right on that 3D. And here comes the 179. The 179 coming down to the inside, and the caution flag waves. .44 car spins. You've got Mike Trigg in the 4T as well in a predicament. He's getting a shove from the track safety crew. The field coming around. Brandon Hood is your race leader in the 1B. Riding in the second spot, Brandon Spreen right there in the 179 car of Donald Kane Jr. as we get set for a Texas two-step restart coming up. Past the halfway point, Darrell Rhodes, so something to watch right there. We've seen it a couple of different times where that car does just stumble ever so slightly. So not sure what the issue may be there. Seven laps remaining here in your Advance Auto Parts Street Stock feature race. Field all in line, rolled up green flag. We're showing them one right here, race fans, showing them one. And fans at home, hope you're enjoying our broadcast here tonight on All Access with Race on Texas at the season finale here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. Don't forget the South Texas Championship, race number 2 coming up. It'll be the DTK Memorial happening at I-37, the Clash at Texana Raceway Park, and South Texas Shootout in December at the South Texas Race Ranch. Lights are out around the racetrack. Hood right up on the point. He's going to mash that gas whenever he's ready to go. He's taking him way deep into turn number 3 on the gas. Green flag in the 1B brings him around. We're racing once again here at Cotton Bowl Speedway. Into turn number 1, side by side, the 179 of Donald Kane. Contact with the 3D of Darrell Rhodes. They're able to hold on, but now going backwards is a 179. Now into the 21. All sorts of contact right there. Pinball effect right there as you had Jimmy Breeding the 3rd able to sustain that contact. Here comes Donald Kane back down on the inside, but now we're looking at Breed there, a little bit of trouble. Now Mayfield up on the top side, and Mayfield all over the backside of the 179. The 21 of Breeding trying to come back. He lifts up that left front as they make their way down into turn number 1. Mayfield up on the top side, stabs a brake, sets that car back down. A little bit of a shot there from the 179 of Donald Kane to the back of Darrell Rhodes. Gets him moving around just a little bit. And now Donald Kane, he'll swipe it up to the top of the racetrack. Let's see if he tries to get down to the inside. You got Darrell Rhodes in blocking maneuvers right there as he's trying to stay ahead of the 179. Here comes Donald Kane, going to try to take a peek right there. Breeding at the back of this train in the 21. Mayfield up on the top side. Here they come around. This is your battle for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot here in your Advance Auto Parts Street Stock Feature Race. Mayfield going down to the bottom. Here comes Breeding. He's going to try to cross down to the bottom. He'll lift up that left front one more time, stands on the gas, then makes his way into turn number 3. Mayfield up on the top side. Side by side, they run wheel to wheel, bouncing around, making their way out of the corner. Here's Breeding trying to hang on. Mayfield up on the top side, rim riding, and it's going to be Breeding taking that spot in the 21 car. He'll set his sights on the 179 of Donald Kane Jr., but Breeding back on the gas. Here's the 251 trying to trail as they make their way in. Meanwhile, up at the front of the pack, it continues to be Brandon Hood. Hood opening up a massive advantage right now, leading by 3.5 seconds. In car number 1B continues to be Spreen in the 2nd spot. Rhodes, Kane, Breeding, Mayfield. That is your top 6 as they work onto the back straightaway. Chase Ellison runs right behind him in car number 39. White flag in the air that time by. One more time around for Brandon Hood in the 1B. Off he sails into turn number 1. It was a great pass up on the top side, put it on the cushion, made the pass for the lead, and he's about to take it to Alpha 1 victory lane as he wheels it out of turn number 4. The 1B, Brandon Hood wins at Oktoberfest at Cotton Bowl Speedway. Brandon Spreen comes home in the 2nd spot, followed by the 3rd place car of Darrell Rhodes and the 179 of Donald Kane Jr. Advance Auto Parts Street Stock race goes to Brandon in the 1B. As he wins that main event, you got your top 4 parking right here on the front stretch. Hard fought 4th place drive for Darrell Rhodes, the driver of the 3D. On the back straightaway, there is your winner, Brandon Hood in the 1B with the checkered flag. The 179 of Donald Kane Jr. coming home 2nd. Your brand new track champion, car number 88. That is Brandon Spreen. Spreen in the 2nd spot. And here's a man of the hour right here in the 1B here in the Advance Auto Parts Street Stocks. It's Brandon Hood with a big time pass. And he sits here on the front stretch. And he will be in Alpha 1 victory lane coming up a little bit later on this evening. Here's 1B. He'll sign that Frisbee and get that up into the crowd here momentarily. Jesse and Colby Davis will greet him when he jumps out of that number 1B machine. Getting set after a big run right there. What a move to take that lead right around the halfway point, watching him work, diving out of the car. Here he is, Advance Auto Parts Street Stock, your winner, Brandon Hood, behind the wheel of the 1B here tonight at Cotton Bowl Speedway. So Hood signing the autograph. He'll go ahead and fling that up in here. There it is right there. There it is. Don't hurt yourself, kiddos. Don't hurt yourself. All right. We got Brandon Hood down there. Brandon, my man, I'll tell you, that was, walk me through the pass for the lead right there, man. I saw you get up on the top shelf right there. You just made that car dig. You stood on the gas, and off she went, my man.
Yeah, man, this is a really good car. We brought it out last year for this race for the first time, and it's literally been a rocket. I think this is 17 nights on it with 14 or 15 wins.
No doubt about it. That is quite the piece right there. Brandon, talk about all the folks that make it happen, dude. Get that damn coat off. I know you're hot, my man. Talk about all the folks that make it happen, dude. You are one hell of a wheel man.
First off, I got Demetrius Carter built the chassis, Jack Jenkins built the motor, Terry Butler at Syntex Motorsport, AAA Rebel, Lone Star Supergas, Kenny Merritt, Jeff Blackwood, Brent Mayfield. I know I'm forgetting a few, but I really do thank everybody for the help.
No doubt. We'll do it. If you missed anybody, we'll get it next time, my man. Brandon Hood is your race winner. Advance Auto Parts Street Stocks here tonight at Oktoberfest.